Okay. It says, host has joined. We'll let them know you're here.
So, all right,
There.
should probably,
now, yep.
She's there. You see her?
yes.
Who else from the DEC?
It's not set yet.
Okay.
No.
No,
Still on the same boat.
Well, I can hear you on the, I mean, if you can see us, that's helpful, right? And I can
leave her on the phone.
leave you on the phone, and I don't expect that, you know, but in case we have a question.
It's helpful to have you on. I'm not sure if you made me a co-host, that might possibly help.
But we have others that want to come on and we're having trouble with that too.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna get started here
Yes.
with the pledge.
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you for all those that are here. Margaret, I'll wait for you to come back in the room unless there are people that you're trying to let in. This is a very exciting evening, I would say, because over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, we applied for a grant through the DEC to partner with another municipality. In our case, we did 2 additional municipalities to create a national resources inventory. If you recall, it was a recommendation from both the 2015 comprehensive plan and our hospitality addendum. So the timing of it was really serendipitous and terrific. And so we took advantage of it and we were selected. And the process began in the fall of 2022, and this inventory is dated February 9th. I will read, when I read the resolution, it walks through a lot of the steps that we did around community engagement. We really took the lead of the Department of Environmental Conservation and Cornell Cooperative, who've done this with the other municipalities and sort of set the standard for best practices. So it was very helpful for us to have them as our guide. They did a tremendous amount of work with us. The committee did a tremendous amount of work. I want to thank Margaret Schneibel for helping to lead the effort for the town of Washington. Margaret, thank you. We also had Richard Phillips, who's on the planning board, participate. They recommended that we have a member of the planning board be part of the group. For the town, for the village of Millbrook, Mike Herzog, Jen Glasson, and Shannon Ledoux. Shannon also works at Cornell, so it's very helpful having her.
Pete at Cornell.
And yes,
Grossman.
and Peter Grossman as well. I know I'll probably forget people. Clinton has their own NRI. Obviously, it's a different town, different area, but we just worked with them because they were part of the Hudson River Estuary watershed. So that was what the grant money was allocated for. But it was great working with them and getting to know that group as well. For Cornell, I want to thank Sean Carroll, who was so helpful with all of the maps. So we took all of the maps that the CPRC did and then the updated maps that both Cornell has and the DEC has from both the county and from the state. Who else am I missing from Cornell? I think that's our main contact there, besides Shannon and Peter. And then for the DEC, Ingrid Hackle, Christine Vanderlyn, and Anna Palmer. Christine just got us this final product on Friday. So we do not have copies to distribute right now of the maps, but I'm in contact with Christine. She is going to get us either 25 by 36. I emailed all the committee chairs today to ask what was the preferred size. In addition to that, is that this size here? That's 24 by 36. So we'll have those maps. We will also have all of the maps in PDF form. One of the things the town did last year is engage eCode, which is a service that works with a lot of municipalities to put all of the maps online so that they're accessible not only for the boards, but for residents. So she's giving those to us in a format that we can give to eCode, and eCode will incorporate all of the new maps online, which will be a great resource for residents and boards. I wanted to before I read the resolution, I wanted to also thank Taryn Rainey, who's on the phone, who's the associate with McCullough, Goldberger, and Stout. Jim Stout, who worked with the CPRC on their report, was our counsel for both this resolution and next steps. And so I just wanted to give, for officially Zoom, some of Jim's background. Jim is a senior partner in the firm McCullough, Goldberger, and Stout. He's admitted in New York State Bar, U.S. District Court, Southern and Eastern Districts of New York. He heads the firm's municipal practice group, which includes representation of the villages of Larchmont, Croton-on-Hudson, Bronxville, and Hastings-on-Hudson as their counsel. He's also represented a number of other municipalities, including the villages of Scarsdale and Ossining, as special counsel. He was general counsel for the former Sound Federal Savings Bank and a member of their board of directors. He has practiced municipal land use and real estate law throughout Eastern New York, including representation of private and public entities in land use matters. He's the past president of the Westchester County Bar Association. He's a past member of the Westchester County Bar Association Attorney-Client Economic Dispute Committee and former co-chair of the Westchester County Bar Real Property Section. So Jim is a real expert. He only specializes in municipal law, land use, and real estate practice. He was referred to the town through John Dyson with their work with the CPRC. And he's been terrific, as so has Taryn, in working on this resolution. So here's the resolution. This is a first step. The goal of this is to adopt it so that our boards are able to use the maps as a reference. We intend to include the NRI as one of the changes to our code. So it will be officially then part of our code, part of our law, that they have to refer to those maps and this NRI in making their decisions. But that takes a much longer period of time because it requires public hearing. We're putting together, we have a task force right now working on those code changes. So that's going to take a little bit of time. This allows the boards now to have access and reference these maps immediately, which is really terrific for the town to be able to have the most updated information when the planning and zoning boards are making their decisions. So this following resolution was offered by
You.
Leslie Heaney and seconded by,
I'll second.
okay. Before we put it to a full vote, I will read the resolution. Whereas the town of Washington adopted an update to its comprehensive plan in 2023 that recommended the development of a natural resources inventory to assist the town, its agencies, and the public in identifying and considering important natural resources when making local planning and zoning decisions. And whereas an NRI is a systematic and comprehensive assessment of the various natural resources within a particular geographic area. The primary purpose of conducting an NRI is to gather accurate, up-to-date information concerning the quantity, quality, distribution, and condition of the natural resources within that area to assist in making informed land use decisions. And whereas the town of Washington, together with the village of Millbrook and the town of Clinton, received grant funding from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, Hudson Estuary Program, to receive technical assistance in developing an NRI. And whereas the town of Washington appointed an NRI task force committee, the task force, to work with the task forces for the village of Millbrook and the town of Clinton to develop NRIs for each community. The task force, with guidance from Estuary Program staff and Cornell University staff in partnership with Cornell Cooperative Extension Dutchess County, dedicated over 1 year to the development of this NRI. And whereas the GIS-based maps and associated text of the NRI incorporate information from the town's 2015 comprehensive plan, Millbrook's 1985 master plan, the 2004 significant habitat study by Hudsonia, the 2010 Dutchess County Natural Resources Inventory, the 2000 Natural Resource Management Plan for the Wappinger Creek, the 2022 Natural Resource Characterization and Recommendations Report for the Wappinger Creek Watershed, the 2011 Village of Millbrook Sewer and Water Comprehensive Plan, and the 1992 Water Supply Protection Program for Dutchess County, among other plans and studies, together with public input obtained during numerous public engagement opportunities. And whereas the task force presented the draft NRI to members of the public and the town board on September 21st, 2023, and whereas the task force has completed its development of the NRI consistent with the standards established by the DEC Estuary Program, The incorporation of natural resource information into the decision-making process identified herein will assist the town of Washington in protecting the integrity and value of the town's natural resources, including the town of Washington's soils, water resources, habitats and wildlife, and other significant environmental resources. And whereas the adoption of the NRI is a type 2 action under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, pursuant to 6 NYCRR 617.5, section C 33, for which no further action under SECRA is required. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board and the town of Washington hereby approves and adopts the town of Washington Village of Millbrook Natural Resources Inventory dated February 9th, 2024, created by the Task Force Committee as an inventory of data collection identifying important natural resources in the town of Washington. And be it further resolved that it is the intent of the board that this valuable and comprehensive inventory of the town's natural resources be one resource to be used by the town, boards, agencies, and the public to assist in the development, management, and protection of these invaluable resources, and is used as a reference tool in making future land use decisions. Among other things, it's intended that the NRI be used by the planning board to identify and understand resources during subdivision, site plan, and special use permit review processes, as well as during any SECRA review. The NRI, as it is updated from time to time, should be kept on file together with the town's comprehensive plan, including on the town's website. Be it further resolved that this resolution takes effect immediately. So that, and Taryn, you said to me this doesn't require public hearing or comment. Anything else you want to add?
I think your introductory remarks in the resolution really hit the nail on the head. And like you said at the beginning, this is really just the first step in the process. This resolution makes the NRI available to municipal boards to use, but there is a more substantial local law coming that will further implement and direct the use of the NRI.
Perfect. That's terrific. Thank you so much, Taryn. I appreciate you clarifying that and reiterating that to the board. So we have a
Motion.
motion and a second.
And a second.
Yeah.
All
So.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Absolutely.
Great, thank
Well
you.
done.
Margaret, thank you so much.
Well
Very
done.
exciting. Very exciting.
Thank you, that's.
So it's a lengthy read, but it's really terrific. And Jen Glasson and Mike Herzog were really terrific. And I look forward to them, being here when it becomes officially part of our code. So, all right, Taryn, I'll let you go grab some dinner or whatever you're going to be doing this evening. And thank you for joining us by Zoom. And I'm sorry that we weren't able to see you, but I'm glad we could hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Have a great day, everybody.
Oh, thanks so
Thanks,
much.
Taryn.
You too. Take care. Okay. All right.
All right, so.
I think we are,
Motion to go into executive session.
we're having
Second.
executive session to discuss employee matters. So everyone knows
Good night.
it's nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. It's great to see you.
Turn the video off.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you.
no.
Sure.